All right, so for those wondering why things all happen like this at once, so I'm used to driving the truck maybe 1,000 miles a month, right? But I'm also able to keep an eye on it because I'm only driving maybe 50-mile trips at a time. So pretty much this entire week, I've done over 6,000 loaded miles. So unfortunately, when you do 6,000 miles in a week loaded, about a 9-10 day period, rather than you putting all this little bit of wear and tear over time and being able to replace it one at a time, you're just, everything is all at once. And that's the unfortunate part. So it also hurts it when it's like all loaded down like this, because everything when I left was 100%, everything. And now, I didn't have my first issue on this trip until about 2,000 miles in. And what was my first issue? The turbo. No, not the turbo. Yeah, maybe the turbo, right? So, but it didn't happen until it was like 1,000 miles of loaded, like just constant beating on it. And then the radiator issue, we find that issue out. And then the next issue and the next issue. I'm hoping that this isn't like the last truck, because I'm trying to attack this at a different approach. Basically, anytime the truck needs something, I just go fix it. Whereas before, my logic was, how can I save money? Now, I don't give a fuck about the money, as long as it's gonna make my life easier. So I'm gonna play this game for a couple months, see if the just throw money at it fixes that approach, and we'll see. If it doesn't, then we know I'm just going crazy. All right, so the U-joint was $61. I think what I'm gonna do, instead of replacing it here, I'm gonna go to the Burger King, get me some food, and then I am going to go to the Loves, and I'm gonna do it at the Loves. So let's get out of here. So in hindsight, I wasn't expecting to do this many miles, and that U-joint's not like super bad, but it is bad enough that there's some wiggle and jiggle in it. See that? So we're just gonna replace it. And yeah, the other side's fine. So all I have is this guy here. All right, I've gotten everything removed. No, this is not hanging from the brake line. It's just sitting there. So what we're gonna do is I got the top bolt on both sides in. I'm gonna use the power steering pump to press this bearing out. And we'll see how it goes. So I've never had this method fail. The only thing I was sketched out about is it being on this jack. It could very well fall off. So I'm trying to keep myself clear. But for the most part, I feel like a good gust of wind would take this thing over. I don't trust that at all. All right, this is out. It doesn't feel that bad in person, but it's when you throw it back together. So I did have someone mention that they're surprised anyone lets me work on their stuff seeing these videos, and I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking, doesn't this prove that I can do the work? I don't know, half-assed backwards logic, but I'm gonna get these clips pulled and start throwing the new unit in. All right, starting off with the press. It is coming through. This one's tight though. I accidentally grabbed a 23. I'm gonna swap that out for a 22. All right, there's one off. I am ready for this to be done because I am freezing my ass off. I could just slap this back in like that, but I don't feel like doing it. Sucks that it only takes one bad one. You guys can see right there was the bad one. That one's fine, that one's fine, that one's fine. And then over time, these things get so clumped up that the grease only gets to 3 of the 4 and the one rots away. All right, we got one half of the puzzle together. Now we just gotta clean that up and throw the other half of the puzzle together. All right, we got everything back as one piece. All the clips are in. I did the other side, before the trip. I think I did a video on it, but now this side's done. All right, everything's back together. These clips decided to fall off a while back. Yeah, it literally took like
5 minutes to get this whole thing back together, but we now have no leaking U-joint. I gotta put the thing in, so I'm gonna do that quick. All right, so she's all fixed. Whether or not that fixes the vibration, I don't know. Basically fixed the obvious first. That's really all I can say. A lot of water leaking that's not, I thought it was diesel at first, but it's leaking from the cab, not the bed, and I already checked. So no leaks, but let's start getting back on the road. We have like 7 some hours to go. I'm tired. Hopefully that fixed our issue, but we'll see. We're gonna go to the next Loves. And all right, it's the next day. Everything weather-wise has been interesting. Last night we were doing 80 for a hot minute because that's the speed limit out here, and then now we're just filling up, and then we're gonna be hitting on. I got about 3 hours 41 minutes. I took the fattest nap last night, so should be good. I need to go get food, and then we're going. See, driving in the snow, I mean, it's not bad. It does suck because I can't just put on cruise control, but like at least out here in the West, there's like almost nobody on the road. You run into like a pile of 3 to 4 trucks or cars every now and again, but it's all straight. I mean, we're just cruising 73 mile an hour. It's an 80 mile an hour zone. Here we are. I'm glad I got the tires that I did because they have signs out now, chains or snow tires required. Hell yeah. I'm getting through this shit. I don't even care what their fucking little rules are. My tires are good. I got 4-wheel drive. I've been doing like 80. Everything's been fine. Surrounded by water on both sides. But at least there's no snow. That's always the nice part. And then there's more water over there. And there's more water over there. We're about 100 miles from Salt Lake City, which I haven't been through in a while, and I really want to go. All right, I'm gonna throw this little rant in here. I don't know where in the videos I'm going to put it, but I get a lot of comments, hey, you should have done this, hey, you should have done that, and I'm gonna tell you guys now, I think these videos were absolutely genius, right? I was expecting to have a clean trip, no issues whatsoever, but things started breaking, right? I put 6,000 miles on a truck towing, on a truck that I was only really doing 500 miles a week in. And it accelerated all the way and this and that. And I'm at the point where I kind of think, you know what? A 2,500 out here doing this, they're all gonna break. Any of these third gens, you run them like this, and I feel like they're all gonna have problems. I mean, you might have your lucky one every now and again. But the reason that I think these videos are genius is, for one, my views have been skyrocketing since I started this about a week ago. And two, my business, I now have 3 weeks of work booked up and I'm not even home yet. And people are calling me because of these videos. So whether or not this was a good idea to come out here and run this and just do for shits and giggles, because I was like, you know, I haven't run one in a while. I had someone up in Washington I was supposed to meet, and I'm like, screw it, let's do a hot shot run. And as much as it sucks to have to fix the truck on the side of the road, it makes really, really good content, and all of you guys watch it more. Like, I'm getting an average of 3 to 4 times views per video because of this, and it's going up by the day. It's, I don't know, I think it was a really good idea that I decided to do this. I think from a marketing standpoint, this was a really good idea. People see what I can do on the side of the road, and they're like, I want that guy to work on my shit. And as much as I don't like to work on stuff, I'm good at it. So there you go. That's my 2 cents with this shit. I could do a million different things differently, but honestly, you guys aren't gonna watch the videos if there's no breakdowns or it's just boring. Hey, I picked up this load, hey, I dropped it. You guys aren't gonna watch that shit. I'm gonna maybe get 2,000, maybe 3,000 views per video, 100 likes, and, you know, a couple comments here and there. Now, I don't know. I think we're gonna break that 100,000 views this month back. Because I was sitting at about 50,000. I think we're gonna hit 100,000 this month. Guys, check it out. It's a Toyota Tundra with a long bed, and he's actually using it. That's crazy. You don't see them often. All right, here's the trailer. This one is going down to Albuquerque. So judging by the miles, we should be there tomorrow. I'm gonna call him and hopefully he lets us drop tomorrow, pending everything's all right. Bertha's been feeling all right. Haven't had any weird vibration-y issues, but that snowstorm earlier was pretty hellacious. I didn't film a lot of it, But yeah, this is what we're pulling. If you guys remember those big 48 footers, this is basically just a US mobile kitchen, but smaller. So let's get backed up underneath of it and start hooking up. All right, so someone hauled this over here and broke the cable. So I'm gonna have to figure something out with that. All right, so I went and grabbed another one. So we have a good one here. It's kind of long. I don't know what to tell you about that, but whatever. All right, so I am gonna say this is the one drawback to the aux tank when it gets low. So I had to cross the median to get down here, but I need the aux tank to be down at an angle so I can get as much fuel out as possible. For the first 2 tanks, it's not a big deal, but the last tank, you don't have to do this, but I'd like to get as much out as possible because I really don't feel like fueling for a while. I heard a thump because it's sucking the fuel. Yeah, just this one's easy. I've been pulling it and it's been pretty light. I don't know if that's my tank making that noise or what, but everything's been good. Just don't have a plate on it. Everything back here all locked up. Fucking sick. Yeah, Utah is absolutely beautiful. I usually hate these Midwestern and Western states. I can deal with Cali. I can deal with Utah. I don't like Texas, I know that. But most of these states, I hate Arizona, New Mexico. I don't like any of them. Just not my... I'm like more of an extreme type guy. Like I like my Cali because it's an extreme. Florida's an extreme. Utah has Salt Lake, so I mean I can deal with that. But everything else, not really a fan of anything else. Tennessee is okay. All right, well we have a full tank, so I'm offline right now. I have to wait until we have service so I can look for a pilot. But I'm gonna try to go through there and take off. Look at this scenery. I know the videos don't really do it justice, but I really do like the state. And ignore the piece of mud that's on my windshield. It's not a turd. It looks like a turd, but it's not. It's a square. Is that DOT? It's a square though. It's kind of cool. All right, I think this is where we're gonna close the video out. As you guys can see, no damage or anything. There wasn't anything sitting there when I left, was there? I don't think there was. I'll have to go back and check the pictures. But yeah, so everything's good. That bearing looks a little weird. Door hasn't flown open. And this side's good. So it's kind of nice. This time on the road, I kept everything as clean as I could, other than, not the salt, but like the whole truck is still clean on the inside. This goes here. I put this in the middle. We got our spare injector. Everything's organized. Got my trash bag. The only thing is, I'm gonna have Brandon go back over this truck when I get back, and kind of like clean the rest of it up. But everything's organized. Got my chalky milk, everything. Shoes over there. But I'll have him do that when we get back. I do think, remember I told you guys I quit doing this hotshot shit before, and me choosing to go out here this time really was absolutely genius, if I say so myself. Because, like, you guys are killing it on the views. For some reason, misery loves company. You guys only watch when shit breaks and this and that. So it's like, it's a 2500. The more and more I realize it, it's an older 2500. This is really harsh on these trucks. They're just going to break. It is what it is. Doesn't mean it's my fault. Doesn't mean it's anybody else's fault. Trucks are going to break. Now, unless you're the previous owner and you try to sell somebody a truck, not telling them that it needs injectors and a transmission and that you half-ass put on the turbo, that sucks. That cost me $8,000. But, aside from that, normal stuff is going to break wear and tear. I mean, the drive shaft issue, U-joints especially when you're coming out here in the winter and shit, and the salt's getting in there and you're off-roading and shit. Stuff like that, everything's going to break. Wheel bearings are going to go out early. Luckily, I haven't had any wheel bearing issues with the fact that these are out. But injector, that was an odd one. I did spend a lot of money on those injectors, so for one to go out was kind of crazy. But other than that, I mean, it's been a trip. But views are up. If you guys need anything, today is... What is today? Wednesday, the 21st. So if you guys need anything, as of this point right now, I am booking 3 weeks out after I get home. So I have too much work for me to handle right now, and it's kind of stressing me out. I mean, I'm happy that I do, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm one person. So appreciate you guys. End rant. See you guys in the next video. I know you guys are going to watch. A lot of you guys are pocket watching and just waiting until there's like a slip up to talk shit. But just keep in mind, if you're just pocket watching, you're still following me. It's fucking weird, but it is what it is. If that's what you're into, keep watching.